Good day, fellow crafters. Welcome back to the Forget Me Not YouTube channel. I'm Tamara, the Card Creator, and today we're going to create these beautiful cards using some fun foiling methods and some new products that were graciously sent to me by Crafty Critta. I really enjoyed using them, and they made these cards come together stunningly. Let's dive into this project. First, I took some fun geometric stencils that I had in my stash and 4 different colored cardstocks. I just wanted to see how this foil would play out on each of the colors. As you can see, each of these stencils are fun and offer quite a bit of opportunity there. I used the beautiful foil from Crafty Critta called Summer Breeze, and I personally like to spray the back of my stencil with pixie spray. If you decide to use pixie spray, just make sure you do in a well-ventilated area. I line my stencil perfectly onto my cardstock. I always leave a little bit of overhang whenever I do this, just so that I'm not getting a lot of this gel onto my work surface. This gel is so easy to use. All you do is just use the back of your spatula, put it on your stencil, spread it out, almost like you were icing a cake. Make sure you get proper coverage. Here, I need just a hair more. So here I go. Nice and thick, just like the icing. After spreading it, do remove your stencil. I always do it away from me at a 45-degree angle, and I immediately wash my stencil. Here, I'm showing you where it's nice and shiny. That means it's dry, and you're good to go. See the cloudy here? The cloudy parts here on the green? It's not ready, so that's gonna get pushed to the side for another project for another time. Now, when you are doing this project, make sure your foil is the toner foil. It will not work if you're using foil for a hot machine. It will not work. So again, make sure it's the toner foil, and you just lay your cardstock, mine is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, onto my toner foil, cut it down to size, lay it on, use parchment paper and push through my machine. I always run it through twice. Not sure if this is necessary, but it is what I do. Now look at that reveal. Isn't that lovely? All 3 look totally different. And as I'm looking at the black, I do decide, oh, I see that there's this fun design right in the center, and I have never noticed that before on this stencil. So I decide to make the most of it. And I used the center part for one card, and after I cut it out, I was like, ooh, the outside's kind of stunning as well. I can make another card out of that. So I ended up getting 2 for 1 out of this project. I already have my card panel already set up for me, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I did mat it with black cardstock. Here, I'm just trying to figure out how I want my little foil piece to go, and which direction as well. I adhere it with my Barely Arts craft glue. This is my liquid glue of choice at the moment, and it makes it a breeze to adhere. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room should you need it, and I find that I often need that little bit of wiggle room just to make sure everything's lined up perfectly. Next card is this beautiful scalloped looking card. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily scallops, but it sort of looks like a scallop to me. And what I did was I took 1/8 off of each side just to give it a little bit of a border next to that green cardstock there. I wanted this to be more of a masculine vibe here. And the third, I wanted to do something a little bit different, something I had never done with using my foils before, and that was to make just a fun design out of it. So I had these fun ornament dies from Hero Arts that I thought would be such a blast to create with. 3 of them worked perfectly. Cut it through my die cutting machine. They cut like a champ. What a fun idea this is. After I cut each of my foil pieces out, I did take some matte silver, run it through just the tops, cut off the very edge. There's almost like a line there where you can line them perfectly on the ornaments. And I did place it on each of the ornament balls in and of itself, just to give it a nice finished look. Don't you think it adds a little bit of that extra something? I do. I felt like that small little touch of adding that matte silver to the top really brought these ornaments to life. It takes just a second to adhere them, and I'm putting it next to my cardstock, and I'm like, I can't just have the ornaments floating. They have to be on a tree. So I looked in my stash, and I had this great embossing folder from Spellbinders, and I thought it would be perfect. Of course, Gina K's Christmas pine to the rescue there to bring these pine needles to life so that they look like my ornaments are on an actual tree. That was my thought process here. I had some gold ribbon in my stash, which I threaded through the tops, but I did not adhere them yet. So they are floating loose at the moment, but they do get adhered to the back in just a moment. I wanted to adhere my ornaments to my cardstock, cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 first, just so I could have proper placement before I adhered those ribbons. Have you ever done something fun and unusual with your foils? This was the first time I had done something fun like the ornaments with them, and I will definitely do it again. Now here was the outside of that background that I had cut out the center of, and what I did here was I just adhered it to some black cardstock, let it dry, and then cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I thought the white happy birthday would be so stunning, just really stand out against the black background. And it did not disappoint at all. This is a fantastic masculine birthday card. If you're like me, I'm always struggling with masculine cards, but this is definitely a do again for me. Don't forget the tittle. Now, my ornaments should be dry. So here is where I'm going to adhere the ribbon to the back of my cardstock. And all I do is take some double-sided adhesive. I do have the strips here from scrapbook.com. I peel the backing, and then I lay my ribbon on top, and I kind of give it a little push, just so that they're nice and adhered. Just because I don't want them coming loose or getting frayed on my card. So just a little push and voila, all good. I do have a little bit of excess on the corners or the sides of my cardstock, so take a moment with my long bladed scissors, cut those off, just so it gives it a nice finished look. So that my back of my cardstock will lay flush, I do cut the excess ribbons off. I just don't want to have that bulk there unnecessarily. Now that was the center. Look how great that turned out. And then that was the outside. So when you're foiling your stencils, think of other ways on how to maximize your products. Look at that shine on that card. I love that. And of course, the happy holidays. What a great way to maximize your foils and your products. After seeing these products in action, I hope you are as excited as I am to add Crafty Critter to your preferred suppliers list. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more crafting tips, design ideas, and fun tutorials. As always, click the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest content. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.